Guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over an article titled Why High Achieving Women Can Struggle to Be as Successful in Love as They Are in Their Careers. And guys, this whole article, this is written by a woman, and she is a dating / relationship coach. And this is one of the few examples of a woman that gets some things with regards to the issue, okay? I'm not saying she gets everything, but this one element she gets. Nails it right on the head, okay? And as we all know, guys, in this day and age, I'm sure you've heard plenty of times through videos I've done and things like that, articles you've read, other videos that other channels have done. Women are always complaining that there are no good men out there, right? And when they say good men, they don't mean guys that are kind and loving and loyal and things like that. I'm talking about guys that have status, that are ambitious, that are assertive, that have money, things like that, high education, and guys that are strong and masculine, right? They complain that that isn't out there, right? And while there is some truth to that in the sense that you have a lot more guys, thanks to feminism, you have a lot more guys that for decades, because they've been brainwashed to be in touch with their feminine side, to be sensitive, to talk about their feelings, to cry, all that bullshit that I know you guys are well aware of. So as any wonder, the women complain, where are the real men? At the same time, thanks to feminism, you got more and more women out there embracing their masculine side, acting all ball-busting and assertive and take charge, basically acting like men. So you got women that are like men in women's bodies, and you got men that are like women in men's bodies, okay? And it's not working, right? So basically they're complaining that a lot of guys that they do want, they don't understand and get why, because they are obviously very successful and have money and high positions in their companies or have their own companies, high education, why they can't get guys. Because, hey, I'm successful in all this, but why can't I get a guy? And then they, of course, blame guys, saying that we're, intimidated by successful women, which is horseshit, okay? Most guys don't give a crap about that. But what they do care about is they don't want to be out on a date or, God forbid, dating or in a relationship with a woman that acts like a man. It's a complete and total turnoff. But it's easier and more convenient to blame guys for being intimidated or something negative than to actually take ownership of the problem. And this woman is writing this article pointing that out to the problem. And whether this falls on deaf ears or it's taken, who knows, but I'm going to share it just to show you what's going on here. So it starts off, during the first few dates with someone, you're both on your best behavior, laughing at each other's jokes, flirting, and acting genuinely interested in what the other person is saying. But after a few weeks or months, things can turn sour, and the relationship might fizzle out. That's if you're not ghosted first. This even happens to women who are high achieving and successful in their careers. They know exactly how to get what they want at work, so why do they find it such a struggle to get a partner to commit? So they're saying that this doesn't happen to guys as well, that guys aren't ghosted just like them, or there isn't an issue that happens to guys as well. The dating coach, Sammy Wonder, thinks she's figured out why. Somehow when a man is in front of them, they're not their best selves, she told The Insider. Well, that's because they are in their masculine energy. That's why. It's not like most women that are in the job and in their careers and they have to have high-level positions and they got to obviously be tough in the workplace. Like they can just switch it off like a light switch and go back into their feminine. Some can, but most can't. And they go on the date and they're acting like they're in the office. Totally turn a guy off. She says, I think so many senior level executives, CEOs, business professionals, they've become lied down. There is something there that is not there, or that is not enough. This voice of not good enough is there. Wonder said the problem lies with women wanting to impress the men they go out on dates with. Well, most of the time it's the other way around. You got these guys that are trying to impress the women, but in this case, and when she says impress, what she means is impress them with all their success and degrees and all that other crap. And guys, generally, they can be impressed by that, say, oh, that's really cool, but it's not going to make them sexually attracted to them, okay? On the other hand, if you had a guy that has all these achievements, education, success, great job, makes a lot of money, as long as he's not bragging about it, but it's obviously the woman knows about it, that will turn her on by his ambition and drive and success, and of course, how hopefully in her mind, if she likes him, she could benefit from all that. But that doesn't turn a guy on. It doesn't work that way. Guys, we're very easy. We're turned on if she's thin, check. If she's feminine, check. Good body, check. Easy to get along with, check. Loyal, check. Physical attributes, okay? Those come first. That's what gets us turned on. But they seem to think that what would turn them on would turn us on. All those achievements. Doesn't work that way. I don't care who it is. She says, we feel like we have to work hard for love. And that's the same psychology that we apply in work and business. If you work hard, you get success. Wonder calls herself the modern diva love coach, meaning she tends to work with women who use a lot of their masculine energy to be forceful, driven, and be in control. Nailed her in the head. No guy wants to be with a woman that's in her masculine energy. The only guys that like women like that are guys that are very much in their feminine energy. They're straight, but they're very feminine. And typically that happens when they had a very domineering mother and a very soft, weak, passive father. And she ran the show. She ran the house, ran the family. And usually the guy, because he didn't have a good role model to give him a good example, he ends up that way as well. And a lot of times people end up seeking out partners or girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever that have similarities to their parents. It's no joke. And so the only guys that are going to go for those types are the more beta type of guys. And the thing is, a lot of these women, they don't want that guy. They actually want a masculine guy that takes charge and does that. Not all, but a lot. But they're not going to attract those guys because it'd be like two dudes on a date. And the guy's going to be completely turned off by her behavior. It continues. In their love lives, they need to learn to deal with their feminine energy, she said, which is essentially realizing you are loved for who you are, not what you do, and allowing yourself to sit back and relax. But that's the thing. They can't relax. They are two type A personalities. Like I said, you get a woman that's obviously a high-level job. She's obviously in a salary, not working an hourly rate. I'm guessing a typical work week, she's working 10 hours a day. Okay? 10 hours a day at least. Then probably another 2 or 3 hours a day she's thinking about her work. Okay? Then add in the fact that she probably, at best, gets 7 hours of sleep a night a week. So now we're at 20 hours. So maybe she has about 4 hours of free time during the day. Do you think she's going to be able to switch off the masculine energy like that? No. Most of the time not. Unless she is with a really alpha guy who she has tremendous amount of respect for and is deeply in love with. He literally has her soul. Only then maybe she could switch it off for him. But she can go right back into the masculine energy, the masculine mode to do what she's got to do on her job or her business to be successful. Okay? So, again, thanks to feminism, you get all these women that are, they're now taking positions they wouldn't have several decades ago, and you can respect someone for their hard work, their success, their education, and all that. But the problem is that it's going to come at a cost because they're focusing during the prime years when women used to attract a guy they'd get married to and settle with in their 20s. Now they're waiting to their 30s when they're not as appealing. So there's that aspect, and then there's the fact that they've become, because of all these positions and so forth, they've tapped into their masculine energy, and it's more of it. Turns guys off. So that continues. Wonder, this is the woman who runs a 7-figure company, knows what it's like to be a successful woman on the dating scene. We are used to doing it in our workspaces, that when we show up to date, we're still doing it, she said. Translation, they can't switch it off. We offer to pay, we open doors, we don't want to wait until he reaches for the check. In some sense, we are not dating to receive love, we are dating to get validation, to achieve something. Well, all women want validation and attention, that's obvious. But right there she said, opening doors, grabbing to pay the check, leading the conversation, all that. Now, I got no problem if a girl wants to pay. I got no problem with that. But if she's opening the door for me and she's trying to dominate the conversation and if she's grabbing for the check and just being aggressive and these are masculine traits and stuff like that, and it'd be a complete and total turnoff. And you can tell a masculine woman, she doesn't even have to say a damn thing. You can just tell by her body language if she's masculine or feminine. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. When women are leading the conversation and trying to impress their dates, They attract a partner who is more passive, Wonder said. Ding, 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 the betas. But as I said before, they don't want the betas. When she first started dating her husband, he told her it was nice that she let him treat her to dinner, and how she allowed herself to receive and take his effort, even though he knew she was successful herself. Now, she obviously knows this, so she could switch it off temporarily to be more in her feminine on the date, because otherwise she would have turned the guy off. And I applaud that. She says, we have a very confused society. We don't know anymore what fosters love. We all want it, but we don't know how to receive it or access it. Well, we all know who to blame for that. The feminist movement. Trying to mold women to embrace their masculine side and be more masculine, be more like men, and condition men to be more like women. So everything's all screwed up. That's what we got today. She says, people, especially women, need to learn to be vulnerable in love, which is hard when you're in the habit of always having your guard up. And women like that always have their guard up. We don't want to open our hearts to anyone. We want easy, quick sex, convenience, and then to not move beyond that point. I believe this is a crisis in today's society. Well, I got no problem with the easy, quick, convenient sex part. No problem there. It goes the other way too. And Wonder said the best matches are with partners who are in touch with both their feminine and masculine energies. Men who are in touch with their feminine side are more sensitive and better at listening. But it is when the balance tips too far one way that problems occur. In other words, the guys that are way too feminine. Because the women that are like this, the alpha women, the women that are more in their masculine side, even though that way they want a masculine guy. Okay, but some do want a softer guy, because those are the types that usually want a guy that they can boss around. Don't get me wrong here. But the thing is, they don't understand is by having that masculine personality and presence and voice and body language, you're turning a guy off. For instance, here we go, listen to this. For instance, when women lead with their masculine energy, they attract men who are more in their feminine. They tend to tire of always being the ones to plan dates and trying to push the relationship forward, according to Wonder. Some women are happy always to lead, she said, but most are not. Right, just like I said, a lot of these guys end up being the beta male types, passive, sensitive, emotional, and they're used to the woman taking charge and wearing the pants. And again, these guys probably had mothers just like it. Mark my words, guaranteed. And and what she said right here, some are happy to lead, but most are not. Yeah, so you got the some that are happy to lead. They want to boss the guy around. Many women come to see Wonder and say men are intimidated by their success. I knew she was going to bring that up. But believing this is a self-fulfilling prophecy, she said, and if you start to approach dates without the need for appreciation and validation, you'll be much more likely to meet someone who is right for you. So, of course, it ended with her saying that some women say that guys are intimidated by successful women. As I said in the beginning of the video, no, I mean, there are some guys that don't like it, don't get me wrong here, but by and large, a guy that has his shit together, a guy that's secure in who he is and his own success, if the woman, say he goes out on a date with her and he doesn't know anything about her except the way she looks, and she's really pretty and she's feminine, just bear with me here because it can happen. She's feminine and girly, lets him lead. She's not trying to take charge and run the damn date. And he finds out that she has these accomplishments and does well for herself. He's going to find that pretty cool. He'll like that. So long as she is actually acting girly and in her feminine. On the other hand, if he shows up on the date and she's darn good looking, great body, and immediately he can tell by the way she talks, her tone of voice, her body language, what she says, how she's behaving, that she's obviously very masculine, it's going to turn the guy off. And he may not even realize why it's turning him off. That's the interesting thing. So basically, she hits the nail right on the head. If women want to get guys, if they want to start attracting men, they need to turn the masculine energy off. But again, as I said before, where does it all come from? We all know the feminist movement hasn't done any good for helping women in that area. Okay, absolutely. So, and done plenty of other damage in other parts. So, if they want to get guys, hey, stop blaming guys, stop blaming us for being intimidated, and stop acting like you got a pear between your legs, okay? Start acting like women. Start acting feminine, and I guarantee it'll be night and day different results. Problem is that they've probably been behaving that way so long because this has been going on for decades. Good luck trying to switch it off, but who knows. But anyway, I thought it was a good article to share. Again, you know how the blame is always put on us. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.